9 months. That's how long the pre-trip drama lasted. 9 months of arguments, tension, and emotional exhaustion. So much so that even my doctor asked me, "Are you sure this trip is good for your mental health?" I should have listened, except the stupid me didn't. I was too naive. I thought, maybe Sue will change. Maybe the snow, the magic of winter, the laughter of travel would soften her. I was wrong, so wrong. From the moment we arrived, it started. Every single restaurant, a complaint. Every single cafe, a snide remark. Every single beautiful place we visited, noting was good enough for Sue. And then came the food drama. Sue complained endlessly about our food allergies, as if our health was an inconvenience to her appetite. I suggested so many times, "Why don't you and your husband try the food you want, and we will go our own way?" But no, she refused. Instead, she dragged the entire group into her tantrums. One night, she wanted a certain restaurant. It was packed, no tables available. Most of us would just laugh, find another spot, and enjoy the night. Not Sue. She stamped her feet, like a child, and then she announced that all of us had to wait. We ended up waiting 4 whole hours, just so she could eat where she wanted. 4 hours of wasted time, because she refused to compromise. And then, another day, she wanted us to drive 3 hours in rough winter weather just to try a dish she saw online. 3 hours! I gently told her, "Maybe tomorrow, when the weather clears, you and your husband can go. The rest of us aren't keen to drive that far in this storm." Everyone else nodded in agreement. It was the reasonable thing to do. But Sue, she didn't like that answer. She crossed her arms, raised her voice, and snapped, "Fine, just ignore me then." And she sulked the entire night. No one dared to go near her. But it didn't stop there. One day at a cafe, she ordered her drink and sat down. When it was my turn, I happened to choose the same thing. When I arrived back at the table, she leaned over, whispered in my ear, "Oh my God, you FOMO! You copied me." It was so petty, so uncalled for. It was only a latte. I was stunned beyond any words can describe. And then, the breakfast insult. Out of nowhere, she announced loudly, "I really need to thank my good genes. Unlike my Travelmates, I don't have any food allergies." The 5 of us froze. We just stared at each other in silence, pretending we didn't hear her. And here's the truth. These were just the food-related dramas. Yes, just the food. Because if you think this is bad, wait until you hear part 3. That's when things got so much worse. And I finally realized just how much damage a toxic travelmate can do to your mental wellness. Have you ever been stuck on a trip with someone who ruined every meal, every outing, every moment? If you've ever survived a nightmare vacation like this, share your story in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, because part 3 is where this trip turns from frustrating to unforgettable in the worst way possible.